You're listening to the Counterculture Mom Show. Our kids are under fire every day, with the media and pop culture persuading them to give up their faith and Christian values. Stay tuned now as former Hollywood actress and pop culture expert Tina Griffin helps you counter these messages and safely navigate today's pop culture chaos.
We are doing part 2 with Scotty Sachs. He dropped some major intel from what he's witnessed in the Hollywood Hills that completely lines up with my decade-long acting career with the dirt that I've gathered. This is critical info to share with all of you so that you can see exactly why Hollywood pumps out all this demonic so-called entertainment for our kids. We have to be educated knowing how to navigate pop culture so only godly, uplifting content enters our brains and our children's brains. Before I introduce you to our next guest, some of the key things Scotty mentioned in part 1 is adrenochrome. It's a huge practice in the Hollywood Hills. Young children are sacrificed and the blood used for celebrities to then drink. This is demonic. It comes from the pit of hell. We've been exposing it for 2 decades with me speaking, 3 years here now on the program, but also on our social media. We talk about it every couple of weeks, a new story about a new Hollywood celebrity that's doing this and admitting it. This is happening. To know more about how the entertainment business runs, you must watch Mike Smith's documentary, Out of the Shadows. It went viral when COVID chaos first erupted, which also came from the pit of hell. People's eyes started to open. So this info has to get out there. Excellent documentary. It's eye-opening. Here's the trailer for Out of the Shadows. And then after that, we're going to dig in deep with Scotty Sachs.
Hey, everybody. That's good right there. Just picking up speed. Go, go, go.
The past 28 years, I've probably had one of the coolest jobs in the world.
U.S. intelligence was using motion pictures to alter the thinking of Americans in the United States.
There's a very small group of people that influence all the companies that we watch.
Exactly what people think, and this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Just disconnect for 5 minutes to figure out, what if I've been lied to? What if?
All right, and we are back with our next guest for part 2, Scotty Sachs. I've known this man personally because we've been on tour speaking together to try to save America. He is phenomenal, the real deal. He has a ton of knowledge and expertise. In fact, 40 years experience in broadcasting, produced and syndicated TV, radio programs, negotiated $1 billion in advertising and sponsorship with all major broadcast TV and radio networks and professional sports leagues from the NFL to the NHL. He created the first online data collection portal in 1999. Unbelievable man. Honored to know him. Tina Griffin here. This is the Counterculture Mom Show. Our mission is to always expose the lies of the enemy and blast the truth to the masses. We are exposing Hollywood. We are back with Scotty Sachs, host and CEO of Sovereign Radio. Scotty, you dropped an atomic bomb on part 1. There's no way I was going to let you go without doing part 2. How you doing?
It gets better.
It does get better. We're going to get to that, but a little more dark, disastrous bomb information so people can gather these pieces.
Yeah, we're going to bring it home in a positive way. I think I ended segment 1 on a positive note. We'll off track to some rough spots in segment 2, but I'm going to bring it back on a very positive note because I assure you, we have help in this war.
Yes,
from God to some men on Earth to some not so male female species on Earth. There's so much that's been hidden from us in the whole field of medicine and big tech and energy healing, and we're all energy. They've never introduced any energy healing. It's coming forward now, thank God.
Yes.
I mean, we know there are people on Earth, and I'm going to tell people to watch. If I may get a plug I'm going to do a 2-part series like you're doing with me, with a guy named Pascal Najati. Pascal is a Swiss-born elite banker whose father formed the World Economic Forum with Klaus Schwab. Came to realize how corrupt he was, and he left in disgust his father. Now, Najati took the jab 3 times, Pfizer. He walked down to his police station, and he said, I want to talk to the captain on duty. This is in his little village in Switzerland. Woman behind the desk gave him one of these and grilled him. He said, no. She said, what's your charge? He goes, I want to charge the health minister with crimes against humanity. He jabbed me. I'm dying. The doctors told me I'm dying right after I got the jab. Now I'm dying. I want to sue the the health minister who happened to become president in the middle of COVID. So he's the health minister and the president because they rotate around. They have 7 in Switzerland. There's 7 people who are co-presidents. You can't get anything done in that system, of course.
No, this is just phenomenal. And then, of course, you just gave me another question I want to ask you. It's hilarious. You're making my brain work overtime, Scotty. You're going to get it. There's smoke. There's smoke flying out. Okay, couple quick questions.
I smell the wood burning.
You smell it burning. See, that's not good. Okay, but it's all good. It is good. First of all, you mentioned that there's 6 companies owning the globe that control news media. You are absolutely correct. I want everybody out there, I've mentioned a couple times before in the previous 600 episodes, we're at the 3-year mark, people, of this Counterculture Mom Show. Oh, yeah. 3 years. Still got some hair left. In the previous episodes, I mentioned a couple of times to get the poster called Spygate through Epoch Times. Spygate, it literally is a big honking poster that I have on my wall in my office that explains who's married to who had what offspring, where the offspring are now running Hollywood, running the government. It's all a big, nasty web. So to say that there's 6 companies that literally share and control what goes out there to the masses for news media, you are correct. Can you give us some or all of those 6 companies so people are aware?
Yes, but remember, they're not in control of the message. The CIA is, and their intelligence agencies, and their FBI tells them what to do, and their White House, the Obamas, the Clintons, the Bidens, they tell them what to do. They're puppets. The CIA are the intelligence arm of the deep state, and there are good people and bad people in the intelligence agencies.
Yes.
Sean Hannity, who's a boring record to me, but he always said that the masses, the mainstream that work for the police and the army, they're just good American people. And we know that. We instinctively know that. They can't frame it any other way, the left, that wants to defund the police and open the borders and take our country to the brink of destroying our borders, our language, and our culture.
Yes.
That's exactly what they're trying to do. Seed the ballot box with all these illegals voting. They're giving them voting rights. They're giving them debit cards. They're paying for their cell phones. They're giving them new clothes. They're giving them housing. They're kicking veterans out of housing to give the housing to the illegal. But you know what? We're able to call it out. We know it. And now the important thing moving forward is not putting our finger on the problem. We know the problem now. It's how do we take care of business and rebuild all these systems and work around them. And it's a very complex, you'd have to do 2 more episodes on how we fix it. I'm happy to come back sometime and do it.
During these uncertain times, communication is critical. Make sure you can get in touch with your family and friends anytime, anywhere. Introducing Rapid Radios, the #1 trusted source for staying connected worldwide. Our professional-grade walkie-talkies provide crystal clear conversations and are 256-bit encrypted, ensuring ultimate privacy with unlimited range and 5 days of battery life. Unlike cell phones, our radios are not trackable or traceable. Best yet, there's no setup required. They're ready to use right out of the box. No contracts and no monthly fees. Don't delay. Get your radios today and use code TINA at checkout to save 10% at rapidradios.com. That's 10% off using code TINA at rapidradios.com. Free shipping for a limited time only. Whether you're at home or abroad, stay connected with confidence.
The Jace case is a pack of 5 antibiotics. We put these antibiotics together very purposefully. They were curated in a way that covers the most common as well as the most deadly bacterial infections that you might encounter. In addition, it includes a guidebook to the safe use of the medications that is written in a way that's accessible for most people to be able to look up what their symptoms are and what the proper medication is to take. The idea behind the Jace case is to allow everyone to be better prepared medically, to be empowered to care for themselves.
Since the pandemic began, our healthcare industry has had to transform. From receiving medication to physician visits, everything changed. Jace Medical is dedicated to providing proper access to medications before you need them. This protects against issues during travel or disruptions with supply chains, natural disasters, and other emergency situations that have proven to overwhelm our healthcare system. Secure your own supply of medication with ease and peace of mind.
Use code TINA for a discount at jacemedical.com.
Our ministry of over 24 committed grandparents, parents, and yes, even teens exists because of your prayers and donations. If you are not currently a partner with us and would love to help us reach more people through the production of this show or through live speaking events, you can give through our website, counterculturemom.com, by clicking on the pink donate button at the top of the page. Your donations will greatly help us reach more and more people via radio, TV, podcasting, and all the rest. It also helps us cover the cost of reaching thousands of students at schools and conferences throughout America. We received this email 20 years ago from a student when I spoke at her school assembly. Hi, Tina. My name is Kim, and you came to my school to speak. I just wanted to tell you how much you inspired me. I've always wanted to be someone to make a difference in people's lives in the way that isn't cliche or by the book. Lately, I've been sort of questioning what I want to do with my life, but you reminded me today. And we want to continue doing that as the Counterculture Ministries team. Once again, if you'd like to donate and help us reach more of America's future leaders, just go to counterculturemom.com and click on that pink donate button. Thank you for helping us reach more people in this critical hour. So if you could rattle off, because I got a bunch of questions for you because this has been so good. Give us the six puppets. The six puppet companies. Yes. Who are they and what's going on here?
So as I list off the big six, remember, they're all owned by one of three or all of three investment banking firms known as Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street.
Yes.
If you do a search online, trust me, but verify me. Go online and search. Search this.
I verified you. You are correct.
Search all about Vanguard, BlackRock, and State Street. You'll find they own CBS Viacom.
Yep.
Those are radio stations, including Odyssey. They're TV stations, CBS. A number of 30-some affiliates. They own the network. Company number two is Disney and ABC and ESPN. The Disney company owns ABC and ESPN and many other cable networks. The third one is NBC, MSNBC, purveyors of fake news, as President Trump proved. And we now all know that we were on to back in the 70s when the CIA admitted to Congress they were sending over those 4 a.m. talking points that I saw with my own eyes in 2014. So it all comes together. There's been no secrets. My journey has been about, okay, now I can tell the truth. I'm a whistleblower, and I'm still in my industry. People don't understand how I can pull it off. How do you have how can you broadcast from the belly of the beast of mainstream media when you're talking? You're blowing their cover on everything.
Yes,
because it's complex when you factor in the money that I bring to mainstream media and advertising and sponsorship deals. They like the money. I don't take a dime from them, so I don't feel bad spending money with them. I represent good companies. I no longer represent any of the brands that are part of their banking cabal and their media cabal, their Hollywood entertainment complex, their intelligence agencies that are corrupt to the core. The judicial system has been compromised, blackmailed, and bribed. The judges are horrible in our country. How else could you have happened what happened to Mike Flynn and now to Donald Trump? Simply because we had a bunch of corrupt DAs and judges. Come on, Fannie Mae or whatever her name is, Fannie Willis, and Letitia James, and this attorney general that's a complete Jack Smith. He's a complete, absolute maniac lefty. Subscribes to Marxism like his predecessor, John Brennan, who ran the CIA, who is an open Marxist communist. We're dealing with the worst kind of people here that we're running the world.
Yes, that is exactly it. Running the world, getting the promotion, getting glamorized in pop culture, media, all of it.
Getting richer through every one of their false flags like COVID and the jab, and getting rich through the wars. They fund the wars on both sides. They're getting rich at everything they do. So the six companies.
God wins in the end. So, I remember two of them.
By the way, Amazon brings up the rear.
Okay, Amazon. So we got Amazon.
No longer just a merchandise company. They're a huge media conglomerate now.
So to rattle these off really quick and then get the last couple dozen questions in the second half of this episode. It's hilarious. I could talk to you all day long. We've got Amazon, we've got Disney, we have CBS. What are the other three?
NBC, MSNBC.
Yep.
And Fox.
Yes.
And Fox and the various Fox brands, the Rupert Murdoch family, who his sons are crazier than Rupert Murdoch, a legend in media.
Crazy.
But the Fox businesses are absolutely controlled. There's very few networks like OAN, One American News.
Yes, they're great. You talked in part one about some of the Luciferian and satanic practices going on in Hollywood. You talked about the Super Bowl party with Law and Order, behind the scenes, adrenochrome, child sacrifice, the blood drinking, all of it. It's horrific. Are there any other Luciferian and satanic practices that you want to share with us so we just drive the nail into the coffin here one more time with other info you can give us, intel about just how demonic Hollywood is.
Well, remember, it's not just Hollywood. It's the MSM, Hollywood Entertainment Music Industry, now Pro Sports Complex.
Yep.
They're all under the same wicked spell. Yes, I hate to say the sports I grew up with and loved. I'm a huge Chicago Bears and Chicago Blackhawk fan. I left Chicago at 40. I'm still a huge fan. I picked up the San Diego Padres along the way, living in San Diego for 20 years, but there's no team here in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. So, but the point is, even these sports franchises, look, I've worked with professional athletes. I've seen what goes on now. There's all we need to know is the LGBTQ nights.
Yes.
They've done it ballparks, and I think even one ballpark brought a drag queen in to read story hours to kids who were under a certain age that didn't want to watch the game. Oh, they were too young to appreciate a baseball game. They're going to let them watch a drag queen.
It's crazy.
Now, this is all happening for a reason, though. This is them exposing their agenda, their Luciferian satanic agenda. And they are Luciferian to the core. Other practices I've seen, it's at a very spiritual level they're operating. You understand?
Yes.
They're operating at such a low vibe. Look, I have a guy I work closely with. He was a music video director. He was working for, he's mentioned some of the names. You'll have to go listen to his work. His name is Ven Miller. He was making music videos. After 2.5 years, he told his wife, made a lot of money. I feel negative. I feel energy, and my energy zapped every day. I feel a negative aura around me, around these people in music. He said the lyrics are satanic. The music's just pure evil. They talk about raping children and what they do. They do put their messages in music and movies and in art. The Supreme Court was compromised, okay? This has been proven. The documentation, there are journalists releasing documentation showing that John Roberts, our Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, has immigration violations, adopting kids illegally in other countries and bringing them to the U.S., getting special privileges.
It is all connected. You are absolutely right. And God wins in the end.
We think he's on the Epstein Island list too, but I don't know that for a fact. I haven't seen it.
It's crazy the amount of intel now being exposed after COVID happened. People are totally starting to wake up, and God's giving us a choice to choose which side we're on. 3 last pressing questions with the critical last couple of minutes I have with you, Scotty. I love the fact that we met while trying to save America on a speaking tour, on a tour bus. Just phenomenal. God knew what he was doing. The timing of that and where it was, I will never forget. I know a lot of parents, especially parents like myself, we have kids still in the home. We want to protect them. There's an onslaught, bombardment daily from tech gadgets to movies to billboards to books, all of it. How would you suggest we as parents protect our kids from idolizing Hollywood?
Well, we're going to have a lot of time to fix that problem. We're going to have a lot of time to do things. I can tell you decentralization is, we can't have the Department of HUD, Housing and Urban Development. We can't have the Department of Education out of a federal government. These need to come down to state level, county level, and city level governments, fragmented with sheriffs that are enforcing our Constitution. We've got a long way to go, and there's no one coming to take back our local neighborhoods, our local cities, our county boards, our school boards. We are now taking those back, though. You hear stories every day.
Absolutely.
A county in California just got rid of the machines, only going to do paper ballots. So that's great news. So people are waking up. We're going to move from the Great Awakening to the Great Restoration. We're going to restore every corrupt system they leave us with. The financial system will go to asset-backed currency. The education system, which is the most important thing to fixing the children, keeping them out of the indoctrination camps, is get them out of these communist Marxist colleges, get the Obama agenda Common Core out of the schools, get rid of the drag queens, bring God and family and country back in the schools.
Absolutely.
Let them pray from the Bible in school. It doesn't just have to be a Catholic. My daughter goes to a private Catholic school. We wanted her to pray. That's the only good school we can find where she could pray and develop a spiritual practice, was that school. So we that is so important for all of us.
Scotty,
I have a prayer group that prays on Thursday night for a lot of things that are coming to pass. It's a bright future. I got to tell you, we're heading for, I believe, the 1,000 years of peace and prosperity. I won't get into all the biblical stuff in between that has to happen.
Yeah, there's a lot of biblical stuff. You got that right. And people on our program watching for 3 years know what that all entails. Everybody out there, it basically means we have to get busy, pray, and then be active. Pray, be active. We all have a role to play. God gave us all a mission and a vision. There are so many things that do need fixing, but if we all do our part, we will see massive restoration in our country. Plus, our children can see us actually being a witness for the Lord, so they know how to be a leader. And frankly, all of our kids can be leaders today as well. Scotty, when we come back, we're going to do a short commercial break. We're going to talk to you about where we can go and on what website to follow what you're working on. More with Scotty right after this.
Have you ever wanted to start a charity or ministry? Launching a nonprofit can be time-consuming, expensive, and overwhelming. If you have a vision and mission, but don't know where to start or how to raise donations, Capstone Legacy Foundation is your solution. Their ministry charity project allows you to receive tax-free donations without the expense and hassle of forming your own 501c3, and in less than 48 hours. This ministry partnership fund is exactly how Counterculture Ministries got its start, and we grew quickly. Capstone Legacy Foundation handles all your legal and accounting paperwork, allowing you time to develop the ministry and message God gave you. Call Capstone today at 610-688-8890 or check out capstonelegacy.org for more information. And tell them Tina sent you. Partner with Capstone Legacy Foundation to transform our culture for Christ and get your nonprofit started today.
Is there a Christian alternative to Instagram? Stick around and find out. For Christians scrolling through Instagram, some reels, photos, and videos can be less than edifying. A lot of Christians have grown frustrated with the lack of options for social media platforms that align with their beliefs. Others may just be tired of getting sucked into the algorithm and are looking for social media alternatives with other believers. The answer to your question is Tuvu. Tuvu is an awesome Christian alternative to Instagram where you can share photos, videos, Bible verses, and more with fellow believers. So what is Tuvu like? Let's take a look. Tuvu is more than social media. It's a community. The Tuvu community is full of like-minded individuals who share your values and beliefs. When you join Tuvu, you'll be able to connect with people who understand you and your faith. So what are you waiting for? Go to tuvu.com/Tina for your first 30 days free. That's tuvu.com/Tina for 30 days free.
Scotty, this has been a jaw dropper. Thank you for being on the program for both parts. Love it a ton. You have a killer website called sovereignradio.net. Tell us what we're going to get if we tune into your radio program at sovereignradio.net.
Well, I mean, all you got to do is go to sovereignradio.net. On the weekend, we air Saturday and Sunday mornings on radio stations in Texas and California. We've taken a brief hiatus in California, but we're going back. We're on Rumble by Saturday night, Sunday. We're on Rumble, on the Grassroots Warrior Network. We're on the podcast platforms, but the best way to find all the content is sovereignradio.net. We're now in syndication, Tina, the good news. Our syndicator's shooting for 200 radio markets by the end of 2025. We'll have you on as a guest host one time, and you'll see how you like doing national radio on 200 stations.
I would love doing that. Well, right now, we're actually on American Family Radio, 179 stations, have been for 2 years. Great. Right now, we love American Family Radio. I would be honored to jump on your program as well, Scotty. You're doing fantastic work. I'm so glad that you exist, that you're out there. You encourage me to keep doing what I'm doing. Everybody out there, you have to watch all 4 episodes. Absolute phenomenal content on what Hollywood is doing, and we're exposing all of it. And this is stuff that's been in my blood for 20 some years, exposing it. Scotty, for decades for you as well, to let people know what the truth really is. So go out there, watch all 4 episodes at counterculturemom.com by clicking on the show tab, top of the page, and then click on watch or listen, and send it out to your friends via text, newsletter, email. Get it out to the masses, because we have to get this truth out there. Scotty, I know you got to take a nap. You've been working 24/7 here.
Yeah, 24/7. I've been up for 36 hours.
Around the clock. First person on the show to yawn. Unbelievable at the very end of it. Scotty, you and I both need a vacation. That's what that tells us. Everybody out there, if you want to donate to our cause, go to counterculturemom.com and click on the pink donate button, top of the page, and we'll be able to get on more larger platforms. Right now, we have a supposed 700 million potential reach every single week, and we're very honored that God has grown our program to that extent after 3 years being on the air. Go out there, make a difference. There is a job for all of us to do, and make sure you have your kids understand Hollywood, the demonic agenda, and pick positive, godly, uplifting entertainment. In fact, here's a short little snippet at the end with our Counterculture Mom app. Download it now. It's $5 a month. It will help you navigate this pop culture chaos. Scotty, Keep up the excellent work. You rock, and it's an honor to know you, and I'm glad our paths crossed years ago. Go get him, buddy.
Pleasure to be here. Good to be with you.
You too. Go get him.
All right, take care.
Parents, do you feel overwhelmed when it comes to keeping up with the constantly changing technology and its influence on your kids? Are you wanting a healthy media diet in your home? Let our team do the work for you. Just download the Counterculture Mom app and get our notifications right on your phone. Know how to navigate the cultural chaos. After downloading the app, click yes for receiving notifications so you're not left in the dust. You can download the Counterculture Mom app at Google Play or the iTunes Store. You can also send us a message if you see insanity you need to report, and our team will send a notification through our app so that no one is left behind.
Thanks for joining us for the Counterculture Mom Show with your host, Tina Griffin. For over 2 decades, Tina has traveled the globe exposing how pop culture is glamorizing harmful behaviors without showing the consequences, and how these messages are wreaking havoc on today's youth. Through radio, TV, podcasts, and our app, Counterculture Ministries is reaching millions every week with a biblically based message for hope for today's teens and their parents. But we can't do that without your faithful prayer and financial investment. If you appreciate the ministry of Tina and Counterculture Ministries, would you prayerfully consider a generous gift right now? We have a donor matching dollar for dollar. You can give securely online by visiting counterculturemom.com or by texting the word donate to the number 55444. That's counterculturemom.com, or text the word donate to the number 55444. Every dollar is doubled. If you love this show, you can stay up to date on the latest critical issues affecting your family by catching all of our weekly episodes with resource links, signing up for our e-newsletter, and downloading our Counterculture Mom app, where you get timely pop culture alerts. Visit counterculturemom.com for more details. And be sure to join us next week for another edition of the Counterculture Mom Show with Tina Griffin, where we are rewriting Hollywood's script for our kids.